Alam mo ninyo, nung mga nakalipas na 3 o 4 na linggo, madalas ko nang nakikita si Trade Secretary Chris Roque sa palengke. Kaming mga medyo may edad na sa industriyang ito, naalala namin si Secretary Joe Concepcion. Siya ho ang Trade and Industry Secretary sa panahon ni President Cory, and I was the youngest reporter of MBC at that time. Sa panahon ng krisis, medyo maraming krisis nung panahon ni Tita Cory, ni President Cory Aquino. Laging nandoon ang kalihim ng Secretary ng Trade, si Secretary Joe Concepcion, sa palengke. Sapagkat habang ini-interview si Secretary Concepcion ng media, nararamdaman ng mga consumers may gobyerno. Sapagkat ito yung mga panahon na maraming nag-aabuso. Yung presyo, sapagkat ang gobyerno naman is not everywhere. Ang media is not everywhere. Police is not everywhere. Alam niyo ho naman, kapag sa panahon ng krisis, maraming nagsasamantala. Minsan may mga legitimate issues na dapat itaas, pero kuminsan ay sobra-sobra ang pagtaas. Kaya in the last 4 weeks na nakita ko si Secretary Chris, sabi ko, DTI is on the right track. Kahapon ho, nakamonitor ho ako sa iba't ibang channels in social media. From GMA, ABS, Rappler, Inquirer, Philippine Star, Manila Standard, Manila Times, DCWB, DCRH, DCMM, pati na yung mga digital. Nakita ko madalas yung mukha. Ako ho'y natutuwa sapagkat ito ho yung gobyerno na kailangan ho natin. Na kapag ka panahon ng krisis, mayroong nagbibigay sa kapanatagan sa atin sa pamagitan ng impormasyon. So we welcome, with that note, si Secretary Chris. Sec, magandang umaga ho sa inyo.
Magandang umaga po, Ka Cesar. Actually, kilala kita, Sec Cesar, no? Pero sabi mo sa akin, tawagan kita ng Ka Cesar. So, magandang umaga po, Ka Cesar. And thank you for having me here sa show mo ngayon.
Si Sec Chris ay a successful business person. Hindi ho siya politiko. At siguro nakikita nyo naman, wala naman siyang political ambition. So anyway, Sec, may binanggit ko kayo na hanggang May 10, walang pagtaas ng presyo sa mga pangunahing bilihin. Bakit ho ninyo nabanggit na hanggang May 10 walang karagdagang pagtaas sa presyo o walang pagtaas sa presyo ng mga pangunahing bilihin?
Yes, tama po yun, Ka Cesar. No? There is no price increase for basic necessities and prime commodities up to May 10. Actually, nagmi-meet po kami ng manufacturers and retailers on a weekly basis. Last week hanggang April 30, yung naging, actually in the first part, no, April 16. And then when we met again, naging April 30. And then when we met again last week, May 10 naman. So again, magmi-meet kami this incoming week and then i-update ulit namin yung mga consumers kung ano yung napag-usapan namin. So, now, because of this crisis and because of the situation, kailangan talaga we work very closely together with the manufacturers as well as the retailers para talagang alam namin kung ano yung sitwasyon din nila. At the same time, they also know ang utos ng presidente na dapat we keep the prices stable. Meaning, hindi gagalaw yung prices ng basic necessities and prime commodities. So, next week po, i-update ko din ulit yung publiko kung ano yung naging usapan namin and ano yung magiging hakbang ng next after May 10. But for now, there's no price increase for basic necessities and prime commodities. This is the list. May listahan po ang DTI ng 205 SKUs or 205 products that are available in the supermarkets and groceries.
Basic necessities.
Yes, basic necessities.
Ito
meaning
talaga yung kinakailangan para makakain ang isang pamilya.
Yes, tama po yun.
Alright, hindi pa ba sila umaaray? Sapagkat February 28, nung binoba ng Amerika ang Iran, tumaas ng husto. Ngayon, $88 per barrel. Umabot tayo ng kahapon, nagpagas ako. 100, bago ako umuwi sa bahay, pumunta ako sa isang gasoline station, 122. Karaniwan ng negosyante sinasabing yung logistics as low as 5 to as high as what? 20%, 15% ng kanilang produkto. Hindi pa ba sila umaaray?
Yeah, actually tama po yun, no? Nag-uusap talaga kami mansinsinan with all of the manufacturers. And of course, meron silang mga issues na nire-raise. Pero in the end of our meeting, nag-agree po kami that we must keep the price stable para maibigay naman sa ating mga consumers yung mababang presyo. Kasi utos po to sa akin ng Presidente that sabi ni Presidente BBM, make sure, Chris, that we keep the prices of food stable para sa ating mga kababayan. So, yun ang nagiging usapan namin. And naiintindihan din po ng mga manufacturers ito, this situation of this whole situation. So, there's really a cooperation now between the government and the manufacturers and including the retailers po.
Kasi kung sobra-sobra naman yung itataas, baka kukunti na ang bumili. Samantalang kung ganito lang ang presyo, mas mamimaintain pa rin yung volume ng mga namimili. Posibleng ganun din ho ba yun?
Possibly din yun. But ang ano talaga is the manufacturers really want to cooperate also with ang utos ni Presidente and also the situation now. Kasi most companies, marami naman ho silang produkto. So, usually, ang nasa BNPC lang ay 1 or 2 products. So, yun po, they try their best to cooperate and they also try their best to give the consumers kasi naintindihan din po nila yung situation ngayon.
Biglang.
So, like example, I'll just give one example, no. Yung isang malaking company where a lot of the basic necessities are being bought or the prime commodity are being bought. Nagsulat na sila ng letter na requesting for a price increase. Pero after a while, winidraw din po nila. So then they promised na there will be no price increase. Sila nga hanggang May 18.
Importante talaga nakikipag-usap kayo, no?
Yes, importante. Kasi ang ganda, kasi maganda po yung relasyon ng...
Imagine kung pinabayaan nyo lang.
Yes, definitely.
Ibahin nyo kung
hindi
magre-react lang kayo.
They can count on the manufacturers can count on the Philippine government and they can count on the DTI and also for me, no, na talagang maganda po ang magiging usapan natin. So kung ano yung magiging ang mga problema nila, of course I try to also listen and see how the government can help them also.
Hanggat
So
kaya
this
pa
is
nila.
a give and take. Hanggang kaya po nila.
Hanggang kaya pa nila.
Actually kasi nag-start ito ng March na no price increase. March 16, then March 30, April 16, April 30, March 10. So ano tayo? We are still on, maganda pa yung nagiging usapan ngayon, no?
Alright, so every week may meeting kayo.
Yes, every week
Every
may
week
meeting
mayroon
kami.
kayong
May update
consultation
din kami.
kayo.
Yes, may
Tapos
update.
every week may mga random survey rin kayo or
yes.
field inspection. Ano
Yes, every week.
Anong
Actually,
direktiba
twice
ho
a
ninyo?
week.
Anong direktiba ho ninyo sa DTI regional offices?
Okay, for the regional offices, they must actually check, monitor, and enforce. Meaning, they monitor on a daily basis. Kasi we have 18 regional offices nationwide. Kasi 18 po ang regions natin. So, may 18 DTI offices nationwide. So, may departamento talaga ito in the DTI, whether may crisis like this or none. So, nagmo-monitor talaga sila ng presyo. We really do that. Ever since sa past pa yan, ginagawa
So
na.
real time nakakakuha kayo ng information
Yes, we
sa
get
field.
information. In fact, sa social media, we blast
Yeah.
it out also. Nasa mga regions, nag-check din po
Para
sila.
reference din nila
Yes, and standard rin po ang prices actually ng mga ng mga retailers. Let's say, usually it's the supermarkets and groceries. Yan po, dun talaga kami nagmamonitor. Let's say, SM, Pure Gold, Metro, meron din Robinsons, and then we also have the amalgamated supermarkets, no. So standard po yung price nila from Luzon all the way to Mindanao. So kung anong presyo sa Luzon all the way in the top hanggang sa Mindanao, parehas po ang presyo.
So
Standard.
yung mga regional offices so ninyo, parang nasa crisis mode situation sila ngayon, monitoring.
Yes, ganun po ang ginagawa
Kasi
nila.
baka yung uptick somewhere, baka sundan ng ibang lugar.
Nag-ano talaga sila.
Nagmo-monitor
Nag-check.
sila.
Yes, nagmo-monitor sila.
Parang si Yorme, ang utos ni Yorme kay Market Administrator Hison, pagising ko sa umaga, gusto kong makita ang takbo ng presyo ng mga pangunahing bilihin sa 17 public markets, no, dito sa lungsod ng Maynila. Pero yung public markets, yung mga wet markets, hindi yan sa inyo, agriculture na yan.
Yes, actually.
Gulay, isda,
yes, sa DA
bigas,
yun.
sa kanila na yan.
Yes, sa DA yun. But nagtatandem po kami ni Sekiko.
Sa inyo naman yung Delata.
Yes, sa amin yung supermarkets and groceries. But we together tandem kami ni Sekiko to go to the palengke to also check. So, minomonitor din niya yung mga prices ng agriculture products.
So every Friday, mamomonitor natin, makikita natin. And that, it does not have to be Friday. Kung may mga decisions na say
Yes,
Wednesday.
it doesn't have to be Friday.
Oo,
Yes,
pero
yeah.
otherwise, minimum natin, every Friday, may monitoring kayo at may i-release kayo kung magtatas o hindi.
Yes, meron kaming i-release.
Ang objective po natin yan para walang unnecessarying pang-aabuso
Correct.
doon sa mga hindi na aabot ng DTI, ng gobyerno, ng pulis, ng media,
yes.
parang ganon.
Tama po yun, no? And there's no need to panic. There's also no need to hoard. And there's no need to profiteer. Kasi unang-una, hindi na kailangan mag-panic and no need to hoard kasi we have enough food supply. Kahapon, na-interview rin yung presidente ng supermarket ng Robinsons and he also reiterated, walang problema sa supply. Madaming supply. Actually, makikita nyo sa shelves, punong-puno ng supply ng BNPC product. So, wala tayong problema. So, no need to hoard and no need to panic. Even DA Secretary said, wala tayong problema sa pagkain. Marami po tayong pagkain.
Oh, yan, that's the message of the day. That's the content of the day. That's the soundbite of the day. There's no need to panic. There's no need to hoard because
Yes.
there is sufficient supply.
Yes, there's sufficient supply.
Tuloy-tuloy tayo sa ating palatuntunan special on Saturday. Live ho tayo sa 18 radio stations nationwide from DZRH Lawag, DZRH Tugigaraw, DZRH Dagupan, down to DZRH Lucena hanggang doon sa DZRH Cebu patungo roon sa DZRH Davao. Live din ho tayo sa iba't ibang cable operators nationwide at YouTube channel at Facebook pages. Pinag-uusapan namin ni Secretary Chris ng DTI ang katiyakan na hanggang May 10 ay walang increase sa mga basic commodities na nasa ilalim ng pangasiwa ng DTI. That's about 200 plus items. Ngayon, pag-usapan natin, ano naman ang tulong na ipinagkakaloob na. In other words, kahit wala pang krisis, meron silang nasa pipeline na tulong sa mga negosyante. Tama ho ba yung nabalitaan ko, there is about 4 billion na nilaan ang Pangulong Bongbong Marcos para sa mga negosyante natin?
Actually, mas malaki pa dyan.
Mas malaki pa?
Yes, yeah. Actually, when the crisis nag-start na yung crisis, we actually set aside 2 billion pesos for the OFW. So OFW Negosyo Fund po ito. So for all the OFW na repatriate or OFW that are into business or OFW na gustong magnegosyo or pamilya ng OFW na nagnenegosyo, pwede po silang umutang dito. So this one is up to 5 million, no collateral, and 1 year po, no payment of principal and interest.
Grace period.
May grace period po. And then you start to pay na after the second year. So, utos po na kasi ng Pangulo sa akin na, Chris, you need to help the OFW. Kailangan mahanapan sila ng yung fallback when they come home dito sa Philippines. So, meron po tayong OFW Negosyo Fund, no? And a week after we launch this one, or even less than a week, meron na tayong actually 10 na nabigyan, no? But for now, meron na tayong 255 applicants. Actually, no? And pag na-grant ito, this will be about 253 million pesos. So, marami pa pong nag-apply ng OFW to get into business. So, importante din po ito. Another fund is the Women Enterprise Fund. So, we set aside again 2 billion pesos for the Women Enterprise Fund. Women in business, women na gusto magnegosyo, at women-led na business, no? So, meron silang 2.5 billion pesos. And ini-encourage kasi ng ating Pangulo is to have a double income in a family. Importante din po ang double income. Bakit? Better education, better quality of life. And ngayon, may extra money na po sila, let's say, to go out, to eat out. So, natutulungan din po, in the process, natutulungan din po natin yung mga indirect industries, the restaurants, the retailers. So,
yes, in the process.
Yes, in the process of the extra income. And makikita talaga, or based even on statistics, no, ang laki ng contribution ng women sa negosyo. In fact, madami tayong negosyo na nag-umpisa sa mga kababaihan and then lumago and lumaki. So we have set aside 2 billion pesos for this. And for at this time, no, 394, last Wednesday, kasi Wednesday yung cut-off namin, 394 na po ang nag-apply, and this is a total of 183 million pesos. So, we encourage now the women to please take advantage of this loan. So, they can go to sbcorp.gov.ph. Again, up to 5 million, no collateral, And then 1 year, no payment of principal and interest. So meron po kayong 1 year para makausad yung negosyo. Marami pong businesses of women na naging malaki. So let's take advantage of this opportunity.
Yung OFW and Women's Enterprise Fund, anong requirement ho para mag-apply?
Sige. Actually, 5 fund ito eh.
Okay.
5 fund.
So
Yes.
nandun pa lang tayo sa dalawa?
Nandun pa tayo sa dalawa.
Sige.
Then I'll say the requirement
sige.
after. Okay, the next is the exports business expansion fund. We set aside 3 billion pesos kasi last year was the highest record exports that we had. 15.4% ang growth ng export business.
So if they want to expand, ito yon.
Ito yon. So, they need raw materials, they need to upgrade machineries. Let's say, mas malaki yung nakuha nilang PO. So, meron silang, the government will provide fund for them. So, utos din ito ng Pangulo na to make sure to help the exporters grow the business. So, January, we also had an increase, 7.9%. And February, all-time high of 8% increase in the export business. The export business is very, how should we say it, no? It's ang ganda ng export business ngayon. Kasi, because of the FTA agreements that we have signed, and the President pala will go down in history as the most free trade agreement. So, ang ganda nito because this gives us now preferential tariff, meaning mababa po yung taripa ng ating mga produkto when we sell it
Kaya
to...
mas magaan ang mag-export ngayon.
Yes, and now ang Philippine products is very well accepted now in the globally. Makikita naman because of the growth in the exports. Of course, we export the semiconductors, the minerals, the automotive, but we can see now the double-digit strength of the agriculture industry. Ang ganda po ng growth ng agriculture. Yung coconut, we sold last year $3.5 billion US. That's a growth of 34.4%. This is a win for the farmers. So the coconut,
Ano yung coconut ito? Raw?
desiccated coconut, coconut water, coconut oil, coconut, anything that has to do with coconut milk. Marami po talaga
So when you're saying
produkto ng coconut. And not just that, pineapples, bananas, and we now see rising stars in ube,
Ube?
calamansi. Yes. In fact, ang Starbucks London nag-launch ng ube drink.
Ube?
Yes, ube.
From the Philippines?
Yes, from the Philippines.
Oh.
So maganda po yung that's why we, utos din ng Pangulo is to have a fund to grow the export because now ang laki talaga ng potential ng Philippine products in the global market.
For expansion ito or for startup? For export? Both.
For expansion, for
Expansion.
both. Yeah, kasi usually pag exporter ka, medyo meron ka ng established ka
Kaya
na.
binanggit kanina ni
Yes,
Secretary Chris na kapag nadagdagan yung PO mo, ang ibig sabihin purchase order, halimbawa nag-export ka sa Korea, sa China, sa US, Australia, pag nadagdagan yung PO mo, meron kang DTI ngayon.
Yes,
Kasi,
you can go to the DTI and again up to 5 million,
5
no
million.
collateral and 1 year no payment of principal and interest. So makakausad po kayo.
Parang nakikita ko na bullish tayo. So gusto nating i-continue yung momentum. Ito yung tulong ng gobyerno.
Correct. And we will and
okay.
meron kasing 3 more pending na free trade agreements which will really be a game changer for the export industry. Number 1 is the EU FTA. The Philippines EU FTA, meaning the European market. Ang laki po ng potential ng European market. We will conclude that this year and the President will sign it next year. Next is the Philippine-Canada FTA. Ang laki rin po ng potential ng Filipino products in Canada. So again, this will be concluded this year and will be signed next year. And next is the Chile, the Philippine-Chile FTA, which is the South America market naman. So ang laki din po ng potential ng Philippine product in the export market. So again, up to 5 million, no payment of principal and interest. And
Marami na ho tayong FTAs.
we have 20.
20.
Magiging 20 plus
Magiging
this 3.
23.
So, magiging 20. So,
Okay,
17
magiging
ngayon,
20.
magiging 20. So,
Okay.
our president, BBM, will go down in history as the most...
At ang matutulungan yan, yung mga magsasaka, mga farmers, mga entrepreneurs
malaki,
natin.
yes, yung mga...
Na huwag nang nilimit doon sa local. Pwede tayong
Yes,
mag-export.
pwede tayong mag-export. Although the local market is a huge market, almost 115 million Filipinos tayo, ayun rin po ang nagpapa-attract ng mga foreign investors sa atin. So, maganda po ang ang direction ng ating Pangulo. So he really wants to make sure also that we give funding to the small and medium enterprises. Kasi Cesar, let's not forget, a lot of the big ones have started as small. So wag
Yes.
natin maliitin ang maliit na
Yes.
negosyo kasi
Yes.
talagang
Yes.
malaki po ang potential nito. So we are really pushing the export. The next fund is the MSME
Okay.
business fund. This is a sector we cannot ignore. 99.5% of the business establishment in the Philippines
Micro.
is MSME and 60% of the labor force. So we set aside again 4 billion pesos for this fund. This one, we launched this April 6. In less than a week, we already got 1,820 applicants,
Ano
and
to,
this is
mga young
already
entrepreneurs ito?
halo.
Mostly?
No, mostly established yung iba
Established, okay.
na gusto talaga mag-expand or gusto
Nandun na
nila
sila sa small and medium
Yes, yeah.
sizes.
So, meron tayong actually 1,820 na nag-apply. This equivalent to 3.2 billion already. So, maganda po yung naging reception nitong mga funds na to. And lastly will be the e-transport loan.
Okay.
We set
Sa
aside 2
transport naman.
billion. Yes. So,
Okay.
for all those that actually, small operators that want to transition to electric vehicles, meron din po kaming loan para sa kanila. We will be launching this, or this will be available now on August 21. So, abangan na lang po
Okay.
nila ito.
Alright, mamaya sa ating pagbabalik, pag-uusapan na natin. Napakarami yun, ano?
Yes, yeah.
Tingnan ko kung nakuha ko lahat. Number 1, para sa OFW. Pangalawa ay para sa mga kababaihan. Pangatlo ay para sa mga exports. Pangatlo ay para sa mga MSME, micro, small and medium enterprises. Tapos, fifth is the transport sector.
Yes.
So, ito sabay-sabay pwedeng
Yes, sabay-sabay po
sabay
ito.
na naka-roll out.
Yes, so when they
Hindi lang ito sa Metro Manila, ha?
No. This is for
Nationwide ito.
nationwide. So it's an online application. So
online application.
sbcorp.gov.ph.
So lahat ito
Yes.
sa ilalim ng
that's a
SB
bank
Corp.
under DTI that funds the micro, small and medium itong bangko to para talaga sa mga micro, small and medium enterprises. Kasi gusto natin talagang matulungan itong sector na to para they can grow. And utos ng ating Pangulo is to make sure na talagang matulungan itong sector na to because this is a huge sector. Pag nag-grow sila, talagang mag-grow din ang ekonomiya ng ating bansa.
Alright. Mamaya sa ating pagbabalik, requirements. Ano ang mga requirements? Mahirap ba yung requirements? Pangalawa, na importanteng tanong, pag nag-apply ako, aabutin ba ako ng 365 days bago ma-approve o ma-disapprove o ma-desisyon na ng aking application? Mamaya ko yan sa ating pagbabalik. Secretary Chris, kailan uli yung ilo-launch natin, yung tulong para yung mga lumang sasakyan mag-shift na sa electric vehicle, mayroong tulong ang SB Corp, mag-a-apply lang kayo. Kailan uli ilo-launch ito, Secretary?
Yes, Cesar. Ilo-launch ito sa April 21. Actually, nasabi ko, it was wrong. April 21 tayo maglo-launch. Actually, available na po yung funds by April 21. So, sa lahat ng mga nasa sa transport, those especially the small ones, no, yung mga drivers na gusto mag-shift from regular vehicles to EV, this fund will be available on April 21.
Imbitado dyan yung transport sector?
Yes, actually maglo-launch po kami. So actually this incoming week,
Yun,
no, maglo-launch kami para mabigay rin namin sa kanila yung exact details nitong programang ito.
Okay. So, ang detalya later, no? Siguro
Actually, yes, we will explain to them. Actually, complete na yung details niya, pero mas maganda kung talagang we have a launch that
kasi siguro baka
specifically.
interesado sila, yung mga
Yes,
nakikinig sa
opo.
atin.
Yes.
Hindi lang to sa Metro Manila, ma'am, ano?
No, this is nationwide.
Alright.
Yes.
Live po tayo ngayon.
Yes, live. Sa
DISA-Rich.
April 21.
Okay, so yung mga nakikinig sa atin sa DISA-Rich Zamboanga, DISA-Rich Cotabato, DISA-Rich General Santos, DISA-Rich Cagayan de Oro, DISA-Rich Davao, and DISA-Rich General Santos. Kayo mga nakikinig dyan sa Mindanao, April 21 ang launching.
Yes, April 21 actually available na po yung funds.
Pautang. Yung mga nakikinig sa atin sa DISA-Rich Cebu, DISA-Rich Bacolod, DISA-Rich Tacloban, DISA-Rich Iloilo, o yun, Cebu, yung mga nakikinig ko sa atin, alam nyo, present kami all over.
Yes.
All over. So, ganun din. Sa Visayas area, April 21.
Yes, April 21 because this is an online application. So
Online.
pwede po kayo and then i-click
Online.
nyo lang yung e-transport loan.
So,
Tapos,
online ito.
Yes, online application. And then actually it's 7 to 10 days yung approval. So they have to wait for 7 to 10 days lang. Kasi madali lang po ang requirements actually.
Ayun, apply
for,
now.
For
Ayan,
all
yan,
the
yan.
loans, ha?
Yun, nakalagay roon.
Yes,
ano?
yeah. For all the loans, ang kailangan lang nila, number 1, business name registration or SEC.
Okay.
Number 2, bank account or bank statement. Number 3, kailangan government compliant sila. So, mayor's permit, business permit. And then, number 4, ang kailangan nila, photos of their business. But for the e-transport, magbibigay po kami ng requirements. Pero most, halos lahat, ganito din yung requirement.
So hindi na ako, halimbawa, kung mag-a-apply at maglo-loan ako para sa negosyo, hindi na ako kailangang magsabit ng business plan.
Wala na ganun. Wala na yun.
Wala na
So
yun.
those are the
So,
only
apat
4
lang.
requirements, yes, ang kailangan. So number 1,
Business
again,
name,
business
which is
name
from
registration, which is from DTI or SEC.
Business permit, local
business
government
permit,
yan.
and dapat government compliant
Tapos
sila. So
bank certificate.
bank certificate or bank statement or bank account. And number 4, picture ng negosyo nila.
Picture ng negosyo.
Yes, yeah.
Alright, picture ng negosyo. So kung kayo'y
Basta up to 5 million na loan na. Because after 5 million, of course, we require already collateral. So this is under the DTI SB Corp,
How many
which
years
is a
to
bank
pay?
under DTI. Good question yun. Actually, they start the payment on the second year. So they can pay 3 to 5 years. 5 years po ang actually ang maximum. But if they want to extend or they want to actually need more time, then they can negotiate naman.
interest ho.
Okay, ang interest first depends magkano yung loan, then depends how much you will pay, and depends also what industry. Pero again, government bank ito, so mababa
Mas
po ang
mababa.
interest. Yes, kasi
Oo.
gusto talaga ng ating Pangulo na this money is really given out to the businesses, no, para at least makausad sila. So, flexible payment terms at saka mababa po ang interest. So, I encourage all the people to take advantage, or all the negosyantes to take advantage of this loan.
Parang ngayon ko lang narinig yun, ano, na simple lang yung requirements, ano?
Simple lang po
Simple lang yung
Because yun
requirements.
lang po ang meron ang mga small and medium. So, we make it easy for them. Kasi gusto talaga
Bago
ng
ba ito
ating
o dati ng
Pangulo.
ganito ito?
Dati na po.
Okay, simplify.
I mean, the bank has been there, but of course, we keep on changing the rules to really tailor fit it to the people that need this loan. Kasi gusto ng ating Pangulo is to make sure that we really give financing, especially to the small and medium enterprises. And for now, also importante din is to assist the drivers or the people that are in the transport who want to shift now from the regular vehicles to the electric vehicles.
Yung 4 requirement rule applies to all.
Yes, applies to
OFW,
all. Yes, applies
women,
to all. Yes.
export, MSME.
Yes, and e-transport. Yes, applies to all.
Okay, so nakasubmit na ako. Compliant na ako. Online ho ito lahat?
Yes, online ito. But
Okay.
in case gusto pa nilang magtanong or marami pa
Kaya
silang...
nga ni Calando yan. Si Calando yun yung head. Siya yung head ng LTAP, yung mga jeepney driver operator sa Makati, Taguig, and elsewhere. Kayang-kaya ni Calando yan online. Kayang-kaya ni Calando.
Yes, so
Pero alam ko na kung anong itatanong ni Calando. Pag nag-apply siya, ilang araw bago o ilang buwan o ilang linggo bago madesisyonan ng SB Corp kung sila qualified.
Actually 7 to 10 days.
7 to
Sometimes
10
5 to 7 days. Yes, basta kompleto yung requirements. We make it easy for them kasi alam natin na yung need ng mga MSMEs ay urgent din. So dapat maibigay nila yung requirements and mapoprocess na namin yung loans. And best for them to go to the different regional offices nationwide. No, we have 18, as I mentioned, 18 regional offices nationwide and 1,344 negosyo centers, again nationwide, para malaman din nila kung anong offer ng DTI at ng Philippine government para sa kanila and what the Marcos administration has to offer for all the people that are in the business, especially the small and medium enterprises. You know, Cesar, pati yung sari-sari store, meron kaming loan para sa kanila.
Sorry.
Meron. The Enterprise Rehabilitation Fund, They have up
So,
to
lima ho ito, diba?
300,000.
Kasama ba
Yung
siya?
5, no, that one is it's an old loan na.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. Existing loan na siya, I meant. Na,
Okay.
example, sari-sari store, gusto mag-upgrade or they really want to, let's say, improve or add more products to their sari-sari store.
Oh.
Meron din po kaming loan para sa kanila. So that's the Enterprise Rehabilitation Fund. Up to 300,000 naman po yung loan. Again, no collateral. And then 1 year din po, no payment of principal and interest. So makausa din po sila.
Online din?
Yes, online application.
Oh, good. Kapag ka nag-online ako, paano ko tatanggapin yung halimbawa yung kung magkano man yung na-approve ninyo?
Na-approve na loan.
Oo.
Yes, SB Corp will guide them. Very specific din po ang maging step by step na.
Kung ako taga-Naga,
Yes,
I
yeah.
don't have to go to Legazpi kasi nandun yung regional office. Online na rin ang transaction.
Yes, online. And they
okay.
will explain to you there kung ano yung mga steps na dapat gawin mo. And you can call, may hotline din po sila.
Pag
So
sinabi
you can,
nating hotline, Metro Manila based, but that's nationwide operational.
Yes, yeah, nationwide. But ang best for them is to really go to the regional offices so that alam nila, the regional
yung
director
consultation
and the
din.
people there in the regional offices, the DTI employees can guide them as they, especially those na bago pa lang.
Tsaka alam mo naman ma'am, di ba, kung minsan minsan nandun pa yung para maniwala ko, kailangan makita ko. In
Yes.
other words, si magsasaka, si sari-sari store owner, kapag ka nakakausap ng DTI, may comfort level.
Yes.
Totoo ito kasi siya nga.
Yes,
Kasi-
totoo ito.
Oo.
This loan is really first important sa kanila. And talagang we're really very serious about this loan. So bigay
malamang-
po to ng Marcos administration para sa ating mga kababayan that are into business, especially the micro, small, and medium enterprises.
Siguro aggressive sa marketing, sa information campaign yung mga regional offices because para bago mag SONA 2026, magre-report kayo. Ilang OFW ang nakinabang,
Yes,
ilang
definitely.
kababayan ang nakinabang,
Yes,
ilang transport ang
definitely.
nakinabang dito.
Yes, definitely.
Di ba ho, in the past ho kasi, malaki yung pondo, pero kukunti lang yung
Hindi
nag-avail.
po. Last year we maxed out the budget that was given to SB Corporation, and this
Naubos?
year we really naubos siya.
Ah,
So talagang we
nice.
really, ang main goal is really pautangin lahat ng micro, small, and medium enterprises na talagang kailangan ng funding.
Siyempre,
Yes.
magtatanong ako ng repayment rate.
Yes, actually
Maayos, maganda.
nasa SB Corp na po 'yun. So pero ang
Mataas,
dapat
mataas.
ang MSME kailangan nila maging responsable.
Correct. Para to sustain the business.
Yes, and for them to grow the business. How can
Correct.
you grow your business if you're not
Yes.
responsible? And
Yes.
one of the responsibility is of course to be able to take care of these loans para maganda yung credit line mo. You can keep on borrowing hanggang talagang lumaki ang negosyo mo.
Alright.
And another thing that we give them also, ang importante, kasi we can keep on producing products, but if we don't have market access, meaning saan nila ibebenta yung mga produkto, then the products don't mean anything. So meron ang DTI trade shows nationwide. So again, to the MSMEs, let's
Trade
take
shows.
trade shows. Yes, we have
Regular
already
happening.
yes happening every month nationwide. We have 200 trade shows nationwide. We have 18 regions.
Gusto ng mga
So,
negosyante yan kasi
yes, and
nadi-display nila kung anong produkto nila.
Yes, and ang maganda dito, libre po ito. So, this is all free. So, this is your chance to showcase your products. Ang unang-una, we invite bulk buyers, wholesale buyers now. Meaning, hotels, hotel association, or mga hotels talaga.
Parang
cafes.
business matching na
yes,
kayo.
pupunta na sila doon and pipili
para makita
sila.
nila yung mga supplier.
Yes, and matikman din nila yung produkto kung food siya
galing.
or kung mga non-food, makikita din nila yung produkto because these people are always in a hunt also for good products, for new products.
Did
yes.
you say 200 plus trade shows?
Yes, we have 200 plus trade shows. We have
Dami
grown
na, no?
already. We have grown already leaps and bounds. In fact, just to give you one example, no, meron kaming trade show. We just had a trade show April 8 to 12.
Saan ho?
Yung NFF sa Mega Mall.
Okay.
Okay, last year, the same time, kasi very we need to see growth also.
Yes, yes.
Last year, exactly the same time, the same trade show, the same number of dates, we sold 65 million. This year, this year, so crisis na ngayon, right? April 8 to 12, we sold 124 million.
Doble.
So, doble. So this goes to show also
Hindi naapektuhan.
hindi naapektuhan. And
Magandang
yung
production.
magandang production. And ano po to manufacturers.
Tsaka
These are
potential.
not traders.
Okay.
These
Alright.
the people who join the trade shows are manufacturers, not traders.
Sila mismo yung producer, kumbaga.
So the Philippine government through the Marcos administration gives them opportunities for market access. This is local lang ha. Kung gusto nila ng global,
Okay.
again, the DTI has 29 trade attaches all over the world and 21 DTI offices. So they can take advantage of this also.
Alright. Mamaya sa ating pagbabalik sa last segment natin, tingnan natin yung kabuuan on a national scale. Kumusta ang negosyo sa ating bansa? No? Naapektuhan ba tayo? At ano ang plano rito? No? Ano ang trend ngayon? Manufacturing, industry, services, ano bang, nasaan tayo ngayon? No? Para makita natin on a national scale, on a nationwide scale, vis-a-vis global, tingnan natin saan patungo ang negosyo sa Pilipinas under the Marcos administration. Alright, balikan natin si Secretary Chris Roque. Siya ho ang kalihim ng Department of Trade and Industry. Siya ho yung ngayon ay madalas yung nakikita sa social media, pati na sa mainstream media, sapagkat siya nagbibigay ng impormasyon patungkol sa presyo ng mga pangunahing bilhin. But at the same time, yung tulong sa ating mga kababayan. Secretary, balikan natin. Ano ang tatlong core agenda or mandate ng DTI?
Yeah, thank you for that question, Cesar. Ang three main mandates ng DTI. Number 1 is foreign trade and investments. Importante para sa ating country to encourage a lot of foreign investments and foreign trade. Bakit? It gives big income to the country and it provides jobs. We have to remember one of our top exports is our people. So ang gusto ni Presidente is for us to provide jobs here in the Philippines so our people stays here with family. So importante kay Presidente 'yon. So we need to push for foreign investments, no. Last year ang taas din ng mga investments na pumasok sa atin, no. But now ang talagang we're pushing for renewable energy because of this situation. Kailangan tayong really push for the renewable energy and then electric vehicles then. Actually, we are now in the process of coming out with an incentive scheme for the electric vehicles. Soon, i-announce din po yan yung EVs. We call it the EVs, the Electric Vehicle Incentive Strategy. So, importante din po yun kasi we will now be encouraging investors that are actually in this industry for manufacturing and assembly. So, importante din po. We will be having incentives for two categories, no. Either first one, kung hybrid plus electric vehicles or pure electric vehicles. So abangan po 'yon because we will be coming out with an incentive scheme for that because importante po ngayon for us to not be too dependent on petrol, on gas and diesel. Importante din po na we have the option of an electric vehicle. So how do we get now these investors to come in? By giving them incentives. So importante din po sa atin.
More or less gawa na yan.
Yes, more or less gawa
Launching na lang
yes,
tayo.
konting na lang.
Refinement.
Yeah, refinement. And then we will be launching it very soon.
And we are seeing actions happening, say, in the next 2 years.
Yes.
Kumbaga, umaasa na
Yes,
tayo.
actually,
may nakikita na tayo.
may nakikita na tayo.
Ayun.
So, renewable energy nag-uumpisa na talaga. But now, mas maraming dapat pumasok na renewable energy also sa investors sa no.
Kasi ngayon, di ba, medyo expensive yung electric vehicle, no?
But now, it's a totally different, ang importante mabigyan natin sila ng incentive para dito sila mag-manufacture and dito rin sila mag-assemble kasi that will provide a lot of jobs also. So magandang balita din po yun. Number 2 is the the consumer protection and fair trade. Importante din for us to protect the consumers. Like now, no price increase for basic necessities and prime commodities. Yun po ang main mandate rin isa sa main mandate ng DTI. So we also need to protect the consumers from the products that are being sold in the market. Yung mga
Yes.
below standard, kailangan po natin
Hindi lang
hulihin
ito
sila.
tungkol sa abuso sa presyo, kundi yung kalidad.
Yes,
Hindi
kalidad. So talagang we need to protect. So may enforcement team talaga kami sa DTI, no, to enforce like those that don't follow the price guide, no, and also for the products that are below standard, because kung yung iba it's already nakakapatay, nakakamatay, no. So
tulad nung
let's say yung mga Christmas lights.
Yes.
So nakaka-cause na ng sunog. It's very dangerous, and yung mga products hindi pwedeng makakapasok dito na below standard. So very strict din kami doon. And number 3 is the MSME development. We realize that 99.5% of the business establishment is MSME.
Okay, so exports, consumer protection, tapos
and fair trade,
micro.
and the micro, small, and medium. Kailangan silang mag-grow to the next level, because pag nag-grow sila sa next level, ang laki ng contribution sa economy and sa GDP.
Kumusta
So,
performance
doon po-
natin sa Mandate 1? Say in the
good.
last,
Actually, very good, no?
okay.
2025, PEZA has increased by 10.36%. Yung BOI, halos pantay lang.
Marami na ho
So,
ba tayong economic zones ngayon?
Pardon?
Marami na ho tayong economic zones ngayon?
Yes, we are
Nadadagdagan
really
tayo?
growing the economic zones. The PEZA's growing, the BOI, the green lanes, and then there's of course, the BCDA, the Luzon Economic Corridor. So we're really pushing for more eco zones, and then we're also trying to develop now the innovation hub.
Siyempre,
So,
ang ibig sabihin nito, additional revenue and workforce. no?
yes, and additional investments talaga. So foreign investments din ang ating presidente, and pro-export. So we also have a very strong now export marketing bureau in the DTI. So talagang pinupush. Another industry na talagang pinupush din natin ngayon is the halal industry. We realize there is a market, 3.5 billion, a
Yes.
trillion dollars globally. So ito rin po ang actually industry na talagang tinitingnan or pinupush natin. Ang nagiging issue lang is the certification, but we are already fixing this. So marami na tayong kinakausap to make sure na nasa certify. Wala tayong problema sa produkto. Madami tayong produkto. Ang kailangan lang is for them to get certified para makapasok sila sa halal halal business or halal industry.
Maraming good news at marami pa akong itatanong. Kaya lang, susunod na si OMB Boeing. Pagkatapos,
nandito si
siya ho ang host ng programa 9 to 10:30. Sek, bago tayo magpaalam, nais namin kayong bigyan ng pagkakataon, kausapin ng ating mga kababayan. Kung may mensahe kayo sa ating mga kababayan sa panahon ng krisis na ito, nasa inyo po ang pagkakataon.
Yeah, okay. Salamat po yun ka, Cesar. No, of course, we want to tell everyone that the Marcos administration is here to assist them as best as we can and as aggressive as we can. We take a whole government approach to make sure that we get things done. Meaning, lahat po kami sa kabinete, tulong-tulong para talagang makausad po ang ating the country ng ating kababayan. And again, the DTI is here to help you and to assist you again as best as we can. Please take advantage of the loans, the financial aid that we give you, and of course, they can go to all the DTI regional offices nationwide and to the negosyo centers. Nandito po sila para tulungan kayo kung paano makausad ang negosyo. If you work with government, for sure we can see the growth in your business. So let's take advantage of this. Nandito po ang Marcos administration to assist you as best and as aggressive as we can. Again, no price increase for basic necessities and prime commodities until May 10, and there's no need to panic, there's no need to hoard, there's no need to profiteer. Marami po tayong supply ng pagkain para sa inyo. So again, if there's anything that you need from us, you can contact us in 1-384, or you may email us at reporttosec@dti.gov.ph.
Alright,
Thank you,
kompleto.
Cesar.
Alright, thank you. At marami kaming natutunan sa mga programa at initiatives ng DTI under the Marcos administration. Secretary, maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Ka Cesar. Thank you, Sec Cesar. Thank you for this opportunity. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
At maraming salamat sa lahat ng nakinig at sumubaybay sa ating palatuntunan Special on Saturday. Ako po si Cesar Chavez at ito ang SOS.